world's greatest two-stroke motocross race is about to kick off, and it'll turn this sleepy valley into a true motocross paradise. Welcome to VMXdN Fox Hill 2023. This is going to be a good one. The Vets Motocross Destinations at Fox Hill is a true celebration of two-stroke motocross. It's a dirt bike festival of 80s, 90s and 2000s nostalgia. This is a vintage race like no other. At its heart, this event is all about having fun on old two-strokes. But as with any race, when those gates drop, things get serious. Especially with these boys. Running the numbers 1, 2 and 3, we've got Team USA. Zach Osborne, Mike Browne, and replacing Ryan Villapoto at the last minute, we've got Tyler Bowers. Then we've got a formidable English team consisting of Tommty Searle, Mel Pocock, and the British Bulldog, Brad Anderson. The Northern Irish contingent are always strong at this event. They've got the same team of last year, that's Gordon Crockard, Neville Bradshaw and Graeme Irwin. But we've also got a host of other contenders, including Evgeny Bobryshev, Elliott Banks Browne, Mattis Karro and Billy McKenzie.
You know what, I'm just chilling today. I'm not getting too excited. I'm not even thinking about who I'm racing against. I know everyone's excited about the big names here, but they're all just wobbling heads and smudgy colours to me, man. I'm going to be lining that 500 up. Yeah. Getting that start, and anyone who's brave enough to eat that roost while they're behind me, they will gain my respect.
Yeah. Man, you know, the only thing I could think about getting ready for this is my two teammates are going to be Zach Osborne and Mike Browne, and I'm like, dude, those guys are Iron Men, you know. So I have to bring my A game. I just didn't want to be the anchor on the team. So you know, I've been working really hard. It's racing nonetheless. It doesn't matter who you're racing against. You can figure it out. So if I got to bump some people out of the way, we'll do that. Hopefully I don't have to do that. Hopefully I just get a good start on this 500 and get out of there.
We have to look at Tyler Bowers. We have to look at Mike Browne. He's still going really well for his age. And then obviously Zach. So they're the three to beat obviously in the Americans, because obviously they won last year. So I've changed my bike for this year. We're on a 2001 CR250, where last year I was on a 94. So big improvements.
You're on the CR500. Brad's gone from the 500 to 250 this year. What do you think's better for this track?
The CR500 is just the man's bike. If Brad wants to, you know, piss around in his little girl's bike, go at it half chat, then go for it, mate. But basically, I'm just wanting to pull that whole shot and just tear off at the front. And if Ando's man enough to stick with me, he'll be fast in the corners. But as soon as I drop that clutch, he's going to be looking for the trees to hide behind.
Oh, for sure, yeah. This year we got a lot more riders, a lot more faster, younger riders. So I came here to, you know, do the best and try to get on the top step. But like I said, faster riders, but I'm up for it. That's what I'm here for, and look for a good race tomorrow. Like I said, it's hopefully the weather holds out for us and put a good race on for these guys.
I think individually, there's a lot of people that can do well. In our class, it's busy. There's a lot of good riders. I think there's 10, maybe more, that with a start can win the race. So I think that's what makes it exciting. And I think a lot of it, the start will be important, but we're gonna have fun, see what we can do, and hopefully have a great weekend.
So last year we finished third, and this year it's the same. We all aiming for a podium. You know, we've all been working hard, got our bikes set up and stuff, and we're all top 15 in qualifying, which is good. Be a good race, but I think if everyone kind of rises to their potential, we should be able to get in the box.
You told me yesterday you've never ridden a CR500 before. What's it like riding a CR500?
Yeah, it's the first time. Like, I jumped on the bike literally yesterday morning. I didn't know what to expect, but I felt right away quite comfortable on the bike. Like I've been saying, that this seat there is amazing. You know, it's so soft. It's like a sofa at home. You know.
I've got rivalry across the whole board here because like Team GP, Tommty Searle, I've been teammates with him this year in the British Championship. I want to beat him and he wants to beat me. So we'll leave it at that. I think he's got his knickers and twists over that. So.
Yeah, Mel keeps telling me it's all about the team, but he's telling other people he wants to beat me. But I think me and Mel, it's good. I think it'll be nice racing together, and I'm just really looking forward to it now.
I think that GB and USA have a better lineup than us. Scotland, they've got Billy and Brian. Both can twist the throttle, both can get good starts, and with such short races, they're going to be hard to beat as well. So a podium would be a good result for us.
A bit older these days, you know. It's VMXdN, so I've got a bit more of a casual attitude towards everything. Team Scotland's looking strong. We're all parked up together. The food's raring. Right now, I'm just enjoying being at the track, feeling the vibe through my toes. You know, Scottish Jesus lives. It's right here.
Bowers is good. He's good on a 500. He's a big kid, and he don't take much crap from nobody. So hopefully I'll get some good starts. This track, I think you need some good starts to be up front early and, try to get away or battle your way to the front. So we should all be up there battling, and that's the main thing. Come out here first or last, or as long as you have fun and everybody's safe is the main thing.
I think there's going to be a hell of a lot of spectators this year. I think there's double this year already than last year, so it was an awesome atmosphere last year, so imagine what it's going to be like this year. So I think if they get behind us, there's going to be something to shout about, hopefully, for at the end of the racing with the number one.
Like me and Brad, we're going to put on a show tomorrow because we are the boys. We are the new vets. We are the new era in this reign. Yeah, we're like just turned 40. You know, apart from Brownie, just hardcore in it at 50, like, we are the new era, so come and get it, boys. You know what I mean? Anyone can come and have it on the UK shores, you know? Bring your Villapotos, bring your Brownies, bring anyone you want. I don't think you'll be touching me and Ando for the next 10 years.
Let's do it. Billy McKenzie, Team Scotland. So the stars are lined up for the first gate drop of VMXdN Fox Hill 2023. Who's going to grab the first hole shot? Let's find out. And they're off. It looks like a good jump from Brad Anderson, but Nev Bradshaw to the first corner first. A good jump for Tyler Bowers as well on the big KX 500. He's running for Team USA. Down a big step down they go for the first time. It looks like it's Evgeny Bobryshev into the lead. He leads Mel Pocock then. Brad Anderson shoving his way through the field then. He's in the top 10 for Team GB. As they come through the valley for the first time. Bobryshev leads Pocock. Bradshaw and Tommty Searle up there in fourth position on his KX250, Doc Wob built KX250. And Anderson goes charging on through. He's made a pass on Tyler Bowers and Graeme Irwin on the number 8 for Team Northern Ireland. So Brad Anderson, he's on the move. He comes charging down one of the big hills here at Fox Hill for the first time. Tommty Searle's made a move on Bradshaw. Bradshaw had Spinks all over him and Brad Anderson. So on this first lap of action, Brad Anderson charging through the field. He's looking to try and make a pass on Josh Spinks there, the number 27 on the big KX 500. This class is absolutely packed with talent and top two-stroke talent, that is, as well. The likes of Bradshaw and Spinks and Tyler Bowers have plenty of experience on these big bikes, the big 4 two-strokes. So Anderson looking to try and make a move on Josh Spinks there, up the inside, around the mechanic's corner. Back through the valley, it's Bobryshev, Pocock, Searle, Spinks, Bradshaw and Anderson. So Josh Spinks has made a move on Neville Bradshaw there. Up the steps they go. Brad Anderson is a man on a mission right now, trying to do it for king and country here in front of the hometown crowd. He was the man of the moment last year. He is throwing everything at trying to make the pass happen on Neville Bradshaw right now. Into the valley. Oh, Brad, he's trading paint with Neville Bradshaw there. The fans go wild for that one, but Bradshaw hangs on to it for now. Anderson tries to go up the inside of Bradshaw, can't make it stick there on the mechanic's turn. We see Zach Osborne and Mike Browne for the first time in this race, so not such a good start for the Americans. And on the gas around the outside goes Anderson. Brad Anderson makes the move on Neville Bradshaw then. What a move around the outside on his CR250, around the outside of the CR500. The next man in the sights of Brad Anderson then is Josh Spinks on the big KX, the big Kawasaki. Letting him know he's there. outside into last turn. On the gas, up over past the finish line. Brad Anderson makes a move on the inside then. He claims the position. Now we turn our attention to the front. Tommty Searle still sits in third place behind his teammate Mel Pocock, and the pair of them still chasing the Russian Evgeny Bobryshev, who's riding for the rest of world team here this weekend. And Bobby looking good on that 500 two-stroke. He's never ridden one before today, but it certainly does not look like it. Pocock and Searle laying chase to the big Russian. Through the valley they come. Tommty Searle looking to try and make a pass around the outside of his teammate Mel Pocock. He's not made it happen quite yet, but he's all over him like a rash. And Searle has made the move. Searle is into second position now. And he sets his sights on Evgeny Bobryshev. But it's looking good for Team GB at the moment. Bobryshev coming round to take the last lap flag then, so 1 lap to go for Bobby. Is there anything Tommty Searle can do about it? The fans cheering over the fences, giving Tommy all the support he needs here this weekend. There's half a lap to go, and it looks like this win is going to go Bobby's way. He's got a firm grasp of the lead, with just a handful of corners left to go. And yes, the win is going to go to Evgeny Bobryshev. He clinches it just in front of Tommty Searle for Team GB in second position. What a race, what an opening moto. Got a feeling this is going to be a good weekend. Who could have predicted that Bobby dominance? Certainly not me.
Last year, the Americans took the ultimate victory. But this year, it seems like the English are coming in with a score to settle. But who are the true favourites? Let's hit the paddock and find out.
Okay, so a man that needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him anyway. Ryan Villapoto here at VMXdN Fox Hill 2023. I'm asking everyone this weekend, what are your predictions? It's looking like USA won it last year versus Team GB. It might be the matchup everyone's looking at.
Yeah, I don't know exactly all the teams, but I know we obviously have a very strong team. But I think going off of last year, GB had a little bit of a weak link, and now with you have Mel, you have Tommy, and Brad, like that's going to be a hard team to beat. Yeah, we seriously have our work cut out for us, I
mean, there's some good teams in there, but obviously, you've got to support the boys, you've got to support the British lads, and there's no reason why they can't do it. They're on home soil, and they know the track. I know other guys do know the track too, but they're going to be hyped up with the fans in there, and we're all going to be behind them, which is going to be nice, and that's going to be a lot of noise in that race for sure.
I think it's a good battle. So England and US, I think it's a good fight.
Predictions for that nations team race. Who's going to be on top of the box come the end of the weekend?
You just throw me under the bus with that one, don't you? I can't give you that answer. I can give you lots of scenarios. One scenario is the British team are probably the favourites because when you got Ando and Tommy and Mel on the team, you've got to be in with a shout. USA team are going to be strong for sure, but there's so many other individuals out there who could have a good result. Short answer to your question is no, I can't give you one.
If you had to put 100 quid on who's going to be on top of the box, what are you going to say?
My bike building person wants America to win, and my promoter person wants England to win.
I honestly believe England will cream it.
I mean, for me personally, I'm going to put it out there now. I'm with you, Dave. I think England's the strong favourites. And I'm going to make a bet with the viewers because I get told off every single time, and they tell me off every time I say YZ. YZ. So I'm going to make a bet with the viewers right now. If Team England don't win, I will make sure I say YZ every single time. And if I say YZ, I'll bleep it and everything. The riders getting geared up for race number 2 here today at Fox Hill. Can anyone put a stop to Bobryshev? And will we see an Englishman take a win? It's time for the gate drop. Let's find out. So another strong start from Brad Anderson then on his CR250, but it looks like that's Elliott Banks Browne with a big hole shot and a lead early on. He's in front of Evgeny Bobryshev for the rest of the world team. Looks like Billy McKenzie up in the mix as well. It's good to see the Scotsman up in the mix. He's into third now around the British Bulldog Brad Anderson. So Billy McKenzie is a man on a mission in race number 2. But at the moment, it's Elliott Banks Browne leading the world. And Zach Osborne with a good start. It's good to see an American up the front this time around. He looks like he's got a point to prove in Moto 2. But it's Elliott Banks Browne leading Evgeny Bobryshev up the top hill for the first time. But here comes Billy McKenzie steamrolling through like the true flying Scotsman. He's into second place as they descend one of the steep hills here at Fox Hill. Billy McKenzie has Elliott Banks Browne in his sights now. He's looking to make a move for the lead. He's in second ahead of Bobryshev. Anderson fourth. And Mel Pocock in fifth. Zach Osborne sixth, Tommty Searle in seventh. So Team GB all in the top 10 at the moment. Banks Browne and McKenzie sending it over the big step down, and back into the valley they come. Former British champion there on the big 18 CR500. But Bobryshev looks to have gotten a second wind here. He's pushing hard on lap 2. Closing in on the rear end of Billy McKenzie, applying the pressure. Tommty Searle there laying chase to Zach Osborne on the YZ250. And a mistake for Billy McKenzie, then he slides out of second position. So that gives second position to Bobryshev. Pocock, Anderson, Osborne and Searle all move up a position as well. And Zach Osborne looking to make a move on Brad Anderson. He does, up the inside of Brad Anderson then. So Anderson demoted a spot as the American charges on through. Osborne looking to try and make a move on his good friend Mel Pocock now. It's lap 2 draws to a close. And it looks like Tommty Searle is starting to wake up now. He's all over the rear wheel of his teammate Brad Anderson. But Zach Osborne finds himself in an English sandwich here. He's got Pocock in front of him, Anderson and Searle behind him. Oh, and Zach Osborne's trying to make that move on Pocock. Can't quite make it happen there though. And here comes Tommty Searle, shoving Anderson out the way. So Searle makes the move on his teammate Brad Anderson. And he's straight after Zach Osborne now. So Tommty Searle is the man on the move. The fastest man on track is the number 4 KX250. And Tommty Searle up the inside of Zach Osborne to make the move on American. He makes the pass stick. So Tommty Searle makes another pass there. He's now looking to make a move on Mel Pocock. Honda versus Kawasaki here. Up the steps they go. Tommty Searle is certainly the fastest Englishman on track. And yes, Pocock does pull aside to let his teammate through. And it looks like Zach Osborne's dropped off the pace somewhat because he's into the clutches of Brad Anderson now. Anderson looking to make a pass up the inside. Can he make it stick? Yes, he does. So Brad Anderson moves up a position, reclaims that spot from the American Zach Osborne. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, it's the last lap for Elliott Banks Browne. And he continues to lead Evgeny Bobryshev, who's now being hounded, hunted by the number 4 Kawasaki of Tommty Searle. Can Bobby hang on to it for one last lap? Or can Tommty Searle give the English fans something to cheer about here on this last lap of action? But listen to that, Brad Anderson. Brad Anderson's CR250 does not sound very healthy whatsoever. Up the far hill he goes, or he tries to go. He's pulled off. The bike's gone. Brad Anderson is out of the race on the last lap. Tommty Searle's trying to make a last-ditch move on Bobby with just a handful of corners left to go. Elliott Banks Browne continues to hold on to the lead. Can he hang on to it? Bobby's right there in second, Searle in third. Banks Browne cannot afford a mistake in these last two corners. And Elliott is going to hang on to it. Bobby defends the inside. Elliott takes the win. Bobby second, Tommy third. What a moto.
So the sun has risen on day 2 here at VMXdN Fox Hill 2023. So far, Team GB have been formidable, but that late race drama in race number 2 for Brad Anderson has thrown a spanner in the works for the boys, so I'm sure Ando's going to come out swinging today to make things right. Team USA, on the other hand, they've got a bit of a mountain to climb to get back into things if they want to challenge for the overall win, but I'm sure they'll come out with a point to prove in race 3 coming up next. Elsewhere, the likes of Evgeny Bobryshev, Elliott Banks Browne, Josh Spinks, there's so many riders out there capable of podium rides, and actually a Team GB rider hasn't taken a race win yet, and neither has a Team USA rider. So there's no predicting what's going to happen out here on track when the gates drop. Before we head over to race 3 though, I need to say a big thank you to our channel sponsors for helping us get to events like this one. That's Putoline, 24MX and O'Neill, and they've actually been helping us at the event as well. We've been giving away free goodie bags to all of the guys that come and see us at the stand. We've got the Wizilla here on show. So a big thank you to Putoline, 24MX and O'Neill for supporting what we do. It's been awesome this weekend meeting all of you guys at our stand and around the track. Let's head to the start line. Let's get race 3 underway.
Okay, so I've just bumped into Bradley Pocock, brother of Mel Pocock. But you just told me about Mel had a little injury yesterday. Just tell us about that. What's he dealing with here today on Sunday?
Yeah, so the first race he tweaked his ankle. He got a rock inside the rut and it twisted his ankle round. And we're not too sure what he's done to it, but he's on crutches every time he gets off the bike and on the bike, and he's being helped to start the bike up. But he's what he's doing is gritting his teeth. He's got plenty of cocodamol in him. It's really swollen and really bruised, actually, to be fair. I went back to the camper to rib him and go, come on mate, you're all right, and he showed me and I went, oh, that's quite bad actually. So fair play to him. He's gritting his teeth and he's pushing through it, and hopefully one more good result and we'll see Great Britain on top of the box.
So the gates have dropped for race 3 here at Fox Hill. Day 2 is underway, and it's Bobryshev with another flying start. But Elliott Banks Browne and Mike Browne get tangled together on the first corner, so the winner from race number 2 is on the floor with the American Mike Browne, who's having a tough weekend. But yet again, it's Bobryshev leading the way through the valley for the first time, ahead of Mel Pocock. What a start for Mel Pocock with that injured ankle. He's riding wounded right now, but he's also riding like a warrior. Down the hill they come for the first time. Zach Osborne is into second place now. He's made a move on Mel Pocock to demote the Englishman into third position. Graeme Irwin up there in the mix early on as well for Team Northern Ireland. And Zach Osborne is on fire this morning. The American looking to put things right for Team USA. He's hunting down the Russian. And Osborne up the inside of Bobryshev. He makes a move for the lead. So Zach Osborne leads the way for the first time this weekend, the first time we see an American at the front of the field, and that is a welcome sight. Bobryshev second, Pocock third, Searle, and then Graeme Irwin. So Pocock looking good on board that CR250. Despite the injuries, despite the pain, he's riding so well at the moment in front of his teammate Tommty Searle. Brad Anderson got absolutely filled in at the start, so it's going to be a long old race for the British Bulldog. Tommty Searle's made the move on Mel Pocock to take over third position then. And he's now set his sights on his old rival, Evgeny Bobryshev. They've clanged bars a time or two before the British Championships at the GPs. They know all about each other. They know how one another rides, how one another races. So I'm sure this is going to be a good battle between the pair of them here in race number 3. goes Zach Osborne, chased by Evgeny Bobryshev and Tommty Searle. Through the valley they come. Here comes Tommy. He's absolutely on it. Go on, Tommy, gun. And Bobryshev into the lead. Has Zach Osborne made a mistake, or is the dreaded arm pump setting in for Zach Osborne? Because he's now being hunted by Tommty Searle. Bobryshev leads. Osborne hangs on to second for the moment. But here comes Tommy. Down the big step, down they come. Tommty Searle is all over Zach Osborne now. And Tommty Searle makes the move. The crowd goes absolutely wild, absolutely ballistic. Tommty Searle is into second position. A win is in his sights now. But here comes Osborne looking to fight back. Searle shuts the door. 1, 2, 3, across the line they go. 2 laps to go in this moto. And Tommty Searle is absolutely on fire at the moment. It's closer than ever before. With a lap and a quarter to go, Tommy comes charging down the hill. Where can he make a pass on Bobryshev? Can he make a pass on Bobryshev? He's running out of time here. Bobrishev's gone missing. He's made a mistake on the penultimate corner. Tommty Searle is in the lead. He waves to the crowd and the fans are going absolutely wild now. He's going to do it. Tommty Searle is going to win this race in front of his adoring hometown fans. Look at them going absolutely wild for Tommty Searle here, deservedly so. Tommy has fought through the back here, fought tooth and nail, worn his heart on his sleeve in this moto, left nothing on the table. And he takes the win. What a ride for Tommty Searle, and what a moto for the English fans. That's what the VMXdN is all about.
What is it about riding these old bikes, especially the big ones, that you enjoy so much, and why do you think so many people will come here this weekend to see you guys race them?
For me, especially, it's nostalgia. I grew up in the 90s, you know. I grew up watching racing in the 90s and in the giant front fenders, like with stickers all over the front fender, you know, all the sponsor stickers, the giant rear fenders, the flat number plates, you know, the carburetors that never really ran right because Dad didn't know how to jet them right, you know, all that stuff. For me, it's a nostalgia, and it kind of brings me back to my childhood a little bit. Like, I was even just looking at the carburetor on the 500 over here, and you know, it just got me going. Seeing a nice clean carburetor with the pink hoses, you know, the breather hoses, it just gets me going. So it transports me back in time where at least for me, racing was much simpler. You know, it was fun, and we were doing it. You know, we didn't really know what we were doing, and you know, it's just a lot more fun.
What's your favourite thing about this event, and why do you come and race these old two-strokes at Fox Hills and other places? Why do you love this kind of racing?
I've always been a two-stroke fan. As you say, he's doing loads of Europeans and stuff on two-stroke, and these are just getting bigger and bigger with all these older bikes, and more fun to see. Two-stroke through and through, can't beat it.
You know, there's a lot of things that I really enjoy. The build-up and everything, you know, with practicing and pretending to be a professional motocrosser again. But that gets the better of you. You have to rein it in when you realise, hang on, I've got family and work commitments. The race itself, you know, the gate drop and getting wristed, pulling tear-offs, you know, battling with guys, going over the line. You don't get that unless you're in a race. Yeah. Often I drive out of the field at the end of the event really frustrated that how the hell did that guy beat me, you know, but the truth is I sit behind a desk.
It's a big event. Like I was impressed when I came to the paddock. I see so many people, you know, it's a massive event, you know. I really want to say thanks to Sean Cooper from SC Sport Motorhome, because he invited me to come here and he said, listen, take it for fun, this race. But when I went to the gate, I see the guys, they're like so taking this serious, you know. I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah. But I really enjoying, like, so far.
Just the whole vibe that it brings everyone together. Everyone builds something special for the race, and I think to see how busy it is and to see everyone come together, it shows that motocross is in a good place in the UK.
Good luck, Tommy. Have a good weekend, mate. Cheers. It all comes down to this then. The final moto of the weekend. Can Team GB finish the job?
The red sun rose this morning. Dark skies pronounce your warning. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Just like the real motocross of nations, each team can drop their worst score. Team GB have had to do that with Brad's DNF. So, can Mel Pocock make it happen? Can he fight through one last moto with that injured ankle? Let's find out. The Irish with flying starts. Graeme Irwin with the whole shot there on the number 8 Honda. But it's Bobryshev once again up the front. He's looking to make a move on Irwin. Irwin defends the inside. Nicely done from the former British champion from Ireland there. The number 8 Graeme Irwin through the valley for the first time in this final moto of the weekend. He's flying, but here comes Bobby. Sweeping around the outside to steal away the race lead on the big 500 two-stroke. The Russian is made for this machine. And the rest of the pack come flying on through. Here's Brad Anderson on the rear wheel of his old rival, his old buddy Neville Bradshaw. Around the outside he goes, looking to make a stick on the number 9 CR500. Anderson completes the pass around the outside. He's got Tommty Searle ahead of him. Billy McKenzie as well there for Team Scotland. Intense racing here for the final moto of the weekend at Fox Hill. Searle is all over the rear wheel of Billy McKenzie, a pair of former British champions. Tommty Searle is actually the current British champion, the 2022 British champion. And there's Zach Osborne looking to go up the inside of Neville Bradshaw, drag race up the hill. YZ250 versus CR500. Anderson looks game for it in this final moto of the weekend, looking to end on the high note. He's chasing down the race 3 winner, Tommty Searle, as we come to complete lap number 1. Bobryshev leads through the valley, ahead of McKenzie, who's into second. Tommty Searle and McKenzie have both made moves on Graeme Irwin then. Oh, looks like Tommty Searle's missed a gear up through the steps. That allows Irwin and Anderson back on through. Tommty Searle back on the gas though, straight back past his teammate. So a quick recovery from Tommty Searle. And he's back on the rear wheel of Graeme Irwin then, so he's got that hard work to do again. Here they come. McKenzie, Irwin, Searle, Anderson, Bradshaw, Pocock, Elliott Banks Browne, Zach Osborne and Mike Brown. Here we go. The pack go charging on through. Searle's made the move back on Graeme Irwin then, so he's recovered from that mistake 1 lap ago. And now Anderson looks hungry for the pass on the former British champion Graeme Irwin. Drop down into the valley. Anderson tries to go up the inside. Oh, he's trading paint once again with one of those Northern Irish riders. He can't make the pass happen there though, as he powers past the cheering fans. And Anderson screaming for Graeme Irwin to get out of the way. He nudges the Irishman out of the way and takes over the position. Through the valley they come. Searle's catching the rear end of McKenzie. And here comes Elliott Banks Browne. He's capitalised He made the pass on Irwin, and now he's made the pass on Anderson around the outside. A beautiful move from the race winner of moto number 2. Elliott Banks Browne is back on the gas in this one. And Searle's made the move on Billy McKenzie then. So Searle moving forward through the pack as well. There's Bobryshev, he's a former British champion. Then Searle, the current British champion. McKenzie, a former British champion. Banks Browne, a former British champion. Anderson, a former British champion. Irwin, a British champion. Bradshaw, a British Supercross champion. Osborne, a British champion and national champion. Mike Browne, a British champion and national champion. What a lineup we've had here at VMXdN 2023. And look at this fight now between Elliott Banks Browne and Billy McKenzie. They go charging up the far hill. Banks Browne sends it. Oh, and they nearly collect a lap rider there. And that allows Anderson to move on through, back past Elliott Banks Browne. And now Anderson's going to be eating the roost from Billy McKenzie, CR500, just like the Scotsman predicted. But will Anderson find the tree up to hide behind, or will he make the pass happen? He looks keen for it up the inside here. On the gas up the big uphill. Anderson makes the move stick over the step up. Anderson claims the position. And now it's Banks Browne versus McKenzie once again. Banks Browne around the outside of the Scotsman. So McKenzie slipping through the ranks. Elliott making his way up through the pack. But it's the last lap now for Bobryshev. He leads the way. And this win is going to be his. He's waving to the crowd here. This is great to see for Evgeny Bobryshev. It's been a rough few years for the Russian. But he's back on top here at VMXdN Fox Hill 2023. The rest of the world team will not make it on the box, but Evgeny Bobryshev will take the individual honours, the individual overall win. 2 more corners to go for Bobby then. As he leaps down the hill for the final time. The win goes to Evgeny Bobryshev. The individual overall honours go his way. Awesome to see for Bobby. But the team result goes to GB. Tommty Searle, Brad Anderson and Mel Pocock have done it. Team GB will stand on the top step.
Obviously Mel's had a bad ankle since yesterday, and what a legend he is to ride like that. His ankle's up a pudding, and Tommy's rode awesome all day. He's been getting out of the gate, and I was a bit of the anchor because I've had a bit of bad luck all weekend. But that last race I said, look, I'm going to push and show what I can do, and just stoked that we've won it this year and roll on next year. Maybe try the 500 for next year this time now.
If anyone asks why I slowed down in the last race, this was hurting. Here, do you reckon?
The king and country, mate. You put us on the box.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I could have given up really easy, but these lot kept me going.
The third race absolutely brilliant to get a win. I was over the moon, and then just to give the crowd something to shout about. It's always nice in an event like this. And then last race I'd love to win again, but Bobby get out the front, and there was no catching him on that 500. He rides it really well, and I'd done all I could every single race, wore my heart on the sleeve, and Team GB come away with a win. I come away with second in my class, but overall the main thing, we've all had a brilliant weekend.
The winners of the VMXdN 2023 International Team Race, Team Great Britain!
Watching, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. It was so much fun to make and so much fun to film. A big shout out goes to Doc Wobb and Dave King for throwing such an immense event. We would not miss it for the world. And if you've enjoyed watching this video and you enjoy what we do on the channel, check out that thanks button down below. Think of it as a little tip jar for us for spending 7 days working on this video. And anything you do send over via that will help us get to the next event and build the next bike. As always, guys, my name is Max. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, I'll see you at the track.